By Daniel Falconer, the 21st of February 2019. This weekend, the Dolby Theatre in Hollywood, Los Angeles will play host to the 91st Academy Awards, where the best films of 2018 will be honored and, in many cases, be celebrated with Oscars. Ahead of the event, we've decided to take a look at some of the biggest categories and make some bold predictions to see if we can pick out exactly who will be going home with the gongs on the night. 7. Regina King to take home the Best Actress in a Supporting Role, nominated in 3 separate categories. We think that if Beale Street could talk's best chance of picking up a prize is thanks to Regina King's brilliant work in the movie. She plays Tish's Kiki Lane, Mother Sharon Rivers in the flick, and has been said to steal the spotlight in any scene she's been a part of by those who have enjoyed the film. We'd love to see an acceptance speech from Regina, so let's hope she can take this one. 6. Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper's Shallow to be named Best Song, though it's tied with Vice for the second most nominations of the night with 8. We think that A Star Is Born will actually be hampered due to being one of the earliest favorites of the competition. What we know for sure, Gaga and Cooper will be able to get in the bag, however, is the prize for Best Song. Shallow has remained on top of the charts ever since the film's release, so it would be an utter travesty if it wasn't awarded appropriately here. 5. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse to beat out Disney for Best Animated Feature. Perhaps not the most shocking of our predictions, but Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is actually facing some stiff competition from Disney's Ralph Breaks the Internet and The Incredibles 2. Fortunately for Columbia Pictures and Sony Pictures Animation's collaboration with Marvel, this will likely continue to impress across award season and pick up this major gong. 4. The favorite to take home the award for Best Original Screenplay. The favorite is up for the most awards, tied with Roma, at this year's Academy Awards, and we think one of the categories that it'll be coming out on top of for sure is that of Best Original Screenplay. Film has often been praised for being so unique and witty despite the content, and so seeing all of that celebrated here would be brilliant. 3. Rami Malek will continue his Best Actor winning streak. Rami Malek is Freddie Mercury following his win for Best Actor at the Satellite Awards, the Los Angeles Online Film Critics Society, the Australian Academy of Cinema and Television Arts Awards, the Screen Actors Guild Awards, the Golden Globes and the British Academy of Film and Television Arts Awards. We think Rami Malek's streak of winning will continue at arguably the biggest event of all, the Academy Awards 2019. He's an incredible talent and somebody whose performance as Freddie Mercury is sure to go down in history. Those reviewing the film may not have liked Bohemian Rhapsody, but that didn't stop fans from going to see the picture and Malek's performance from making huge waves. 2. Glenn Close to pip Lady Gaga to the post for Best Actress. Lady Gaga gave an incredible performance as Ella in A Star Is Born, but the very fact that she is first and foremost a musician and was playing a musician in the film could see her miss out on picking up an Oscar for Best Actress. Her closest competition comes from Glenn Close for her role in The Wife, and we think the star will finally be picking up the award that she's missed out on so many times in the past. If Close doesn't, then she'll become the most nominated actress to never win in the category of all time. 1. Roma will become the first foreign-language film to win Best Picture Photo credit. Carlos Somonte, Netflix original film. Roma wouldn't only become the streaming service's first win in the Best Picture category, but it would also become the first foreign-language movie to pick up the gong. We don't think those working behind the scenes as judges at the Academy Awards would pass up the opportunity to make such big headlines, and let's face it, Roma is brilliant enough to pick up the award regardless. We'd also be stunned if Alfonso Cuarón didn't win the Oscar for Best Director, following Bradley Cooper's shock snub from the category. By Daniel Falconer for www.femalefirst.co.uk. Find me on and follow me on